team, as well as his carpet and ductwork cleaning manager, Lutram Tesholi. Good morning to you both. Thank you for being here.
Good morning, Wayne.
I want to ask you first, Tyler, ductwork. It just seems like it's one of those things out of sight, out of mind, and people kind of have a tendency to ignore it. I raise my hand.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that a person needs to kind of take care of and inspect and look at and have cleaned on a routine basis. It's kind of like your car. I mean, you're going to open the hood and check things out and make sure things are being serviced and running properly.
You know, Lutram, one of the things that, people talk about allergies this time of year. They like to have the windows open. There's harvesting going on. There's all these other pollens that are in the air. But this taking care of ductwork really would make a big difference as far as the quality of the air in your home.
Absolutely. That's one of the benefits that you're going to get out of cleaning ductwork is the air quality, and if you have pets as well, the pet hair will be affected there. So
not only that, I would think if there's a clear path for your furnace or your AC to be running, it's gonna show maybe in your energy bills as well if there's a clean path.
Yep. You know, when you get a ductwork cleaning, it also helps with the efficiency of your furnace too. So you're burning a lot smoother there.
What about the longevity of your HVAC system? Is that going to make a big difference if you take care of that and you do the maintenance periodically?
Absolutely. You know, we get into the blower motor, the AC coils, all that kind of stuff. When we're done with the ductwork cleaning, we actually finish off with the furnace. So.
Is that something, Tyler, that you guys do? Do you clean ductwork, or are you just saying there are companies that do that?
So we do it every day, and Lutram is involved in that. And like getting back to what you were saying about the furnace itself, I mean, once it's the cleanliness is there, the fan's not going to be working as hard. We're going to see efficiencies. The longevity of that unit is also going to be increased now because it's not working as hard. It's maybe not running as much. So it's something that people definitely want to consider just for energy consumption and air quality.
You know, and I'm sure it depends. Each home is individual. If you've got 4 dogs running around and a cat, you're going to probably have more of an issue than if it's a couple or a single person living there. But how often in general would you recommend that A, it's looked at, B, it's probably cleaned out?
You know, you should have it cleaned out every 2 to 3 years, ideally. Now, if you're pulling your filter out every month and you notice it's just caked every time, that's a good indication you're probably due for a ductwork cleaning.
So your furnace filter is a good indication of that?
Yeah, I mean, over time, like he said, if you're routinely pulling those and you're depending on the thickness of your filter and how often you're bringing them out, if they're caked, I mean, you definitely know that you got a lot of buildup in the return ducts and supply ducts that probably needs to be blown out and taken out. And that's, again, a plugged filter efficiency. It all goes together in line with what we're talking about.
You know, depending on your furnace, you may have a 1-inch filter, you may have the bigger ones that are designed to be in your furnace for longer periods of time. But we've talked about this on this segment before. Tell us again, especially as we change seasons now, we're going to be starting the furnace. How important is it to A, check your filter and follow the manufacturer's suggestion as to how often you're supposed to do that?
You want?
Go ahead.
Bud.
If you depending on what filter you've got, most standard filters should be replaced every month to 2 months. You know, if you got a higher performance filter, you can wait 6 months on those.
Right.
But it's not a bad idea to just check it monthly and see how it's doing. If it's looking good, you can pop it right back in.
So these are pictures you sent in, Tyler. This is the difference between before and after. What are we looking at here?
What do we got?
That's a dryer vent.
Okay.
So that's what they look like before. And then after we clean it out, there on the right is the finished result, and you just notice huge airflow coming in.
I would imagine.
Yep. So a lot of people will complain, boy, it's taking me 2 to 3 cycles to dry my towels, or the laundry room is getting hot, and that is the cause of that.
And this is just ductwork from your furnace and your air conditioner, correct?
Yep. And that's just some buildup we've got there on a cold supply, and you can see with our vacuum we extract all the dust and essentially leave nothing behind.
Okay.
And back to that dryer duct too, you know, one thing that we see a lot of, and it's one of the leading causes of fires in the United States, is that right there from the heat and coming out the back and the inefficiency. Now we get a spark, and this lint is flammable, and we could lead to a big problem.
Wow, those are great illustrations too of before and after. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Go ahead.
You know, what I do see is sometimes when the laundry room gets hot because of a plugged filter, that room tends to stay 10 degrees warmer than the rest of the house. So when that air travels into the return duct, that furnace keeps working because that hot air from the one room keeping the AC going a lot longer than it should.
Give it a check. That's the bottom line
Yep.
here. Correct. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Great information.